All right, so here we go with more solving equations. On this first one, we have to use distributive property to get rid of these parentheses. So don't ever try to solve until you have that simplified. We're going to take 3 times y and 3 times 7, which leaves us with 3y plus 21 equals 2y minus 5. On this one, we've got to get the y's on the same side. So we're going to subtract 2y. And that's going to, on both sides, right? Don't forget you have to do everything on both sides, equals negative 5 because that equals 0. And then subtract 21. And y equals negative 26. Now, what if you wanted to check this? So we're going to check. And I'm going to take the original equation, put negative 26 in for y. And then we just have to do a little calculating, right? So this is going to be 3 times negative 19 equals 2 times negative 26. That's negative 52 minus 5. So 3 times negative 19 is negative 57. And this is also negative 57. So it checks because we have a true statement at the very end. Negative 57 equals negative 57. All right, so this equation looks very long, and we do have to do quite a bit of simplifying before we can solve. We have to get it simplified as much as possible before any solving takes place. And we're going to use distributive property 3 different times, right, on 3 different sets of parentheses. Okay, whoops, I don't want to put that there. So I'm going to have negative 5x, and negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. That's going to be 4 times 2x, which is 8x. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Then I'm going to take 2 times x, 2 times 2, and then that's minus 8. Now, as you can see, we have quite a bit going on both sides. I'm going to combine my like terms of negative 5x and 8x, so that's a 3x. Negative 5 and negative 12, that would be negative 17. Equals 2x, 4 minus 8 is negative 4. So now we've got it to just 4 different terms, and you have to be sure that you don't try to solve until you have it to 4 terms or less. Now I'm going to subtract 2x on both sides. That leaves me with x minus 17 equals negative 4. Add 17 on both sides. And then my solution is x equals 13. All right. So if you get to the end of that one and you didn't make any mistakes, that's awesome. And I hope that happens for you. Okay. So once again, we have like terms, right? I'm going to combine the 15x and the negative 10x, and then 20 and negative 9. And then 25x and negative 21x, and 8 and negative 7. So we have on the left side 5x plus 11 equals 4x plus 1. So we need variables together on one side, numbers on the other side. Notice that I always like to put my variables on the left. I think for most students that works well better than maybe some of the other things. So let's subtract 4x on both sides. That leaves me x plus 11 equals 1. Then I subtract 11, and my solution is negative 10. Once again, you can go back, calculate both sides, and make sure that they're equal and that you have checked your solution. All right, so you can treat this like a negative 1. Let me scoot it over a little bit because we're going to distribute that. So we keep the 15. Negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. Negative 1 times negative 7k is going to be plus 7k. And then the other side, of course, is still the same. We have to simplify on the left. 15 minus 5 is 10. And then the rest of the equation remains the same at this point. Okay, So I want my variables on the left. I'm going to subtract 6k on both sides. And so I have 10 plus, whoops, I have 10 equals, oh, hold on. I have 10 plus 1k equals 2. Now we don't have to keep the 1, but I just wrote it this time just in case that would help you some. Subtract 10 on both sides, and then bring down the k. I'm not going to put the 1 with it, and that is negative 8. Now if we were going to check this, I'm just going to show you checking these some of the time. I'm going to have 15 minus 5 minus 7 times negative 8 equals 2 plus 6 times negative 8. Okay, so here I have 15 minus, that's 5, let's see, that's going to be plus 56, so that's going to be 15 minus 61. This is going to be 2 plus negative 48. Hopefully these come out to be the same thing. So if I take 15 away from 61, that's going to be a negative 46. And this side is also going to be a negative 46, and you can see that it checks. So I'm going to end this video, and I have a few more equations to show you, so I'll be starting up with another one and teach you the rest of this lesson.